next speaker has many hats: mentor, trainer, champion, and leader. Toastmaster Karkuvel Raja is a communication skills trainer by profession with a master's in English and philosophy. A Toastmaster since 2019. He has served in various leadership roles, including past president of Virdanagar Toastmasters Club and immediate past area director of H4. He is the District 120 Table Topics winner in 2022 and clinched both the humorous speech and evaluation contest in 2023. He was honored as the Outstanding Toastmaster of the Quarter for Division H and received the Speaker Citation Award at Discover 24. He is also the mentor of Virdanagar Gavel Club and a respected educator, having delivered numerous sessions across the Toastmasters community. Get ready for a masterclass. Please welcome Toastmaster Karkuvel Raja for his session, Heaven in the Hell, Evaluation Tips. Over to you, Toastmaster Karkuvel.
Good evening, Toastmasters. Am I audible and visible?
Yes.
Thank you. Since we have kicked off the formality out of the window, timer, could you please confirm whether Toastmaster Adira was qualified by time in self-introduction of myself? Thank you so much, Toastmaster Adira, for not even missing a dot from the self-introduction. You have glorified it too much. My dear evaluators who are waiting behind the screens to evaluate my education session, wear your evaluator's hat. Please do not evaluate me. Instead, evaluate the puri or chapati you are munching on. It's dinner time. And those who are on the roads, on the streets, thinking education session can be learned on the way, please be careful. Look at the roads while driving too. And those who are still waiting for dinner, sorry, you have to bear with me. Look at me for some time till you get something delicious from your family members. Let's kickstart the evaluation session, Heaven in Hell. I came up with this topic because Toastmaster Jagan asked it immediately. And I didn't know what else to give. I forgot all my previous topics, like how I forget all my scripts. So I came up with this because right when he asked, I hung up the call. My son dropped something heavy on my foot. And that gave me this idea of heaven in hell. Children are heaven, but you will be in hell when you raise them. Now, let us start the evaluation education session. I like to be very precise and to work with the time. Timer, please indicate when 20 minutes has elapsed with some claps instead of showing those colors. I cannot see anything. And when it is 22, you can once again or clap or indicate me that I have crossed 22 minutes. And when it is 25, do once again indicate that I have crossed to 25 minutes so that I can conclude or pass it there.
Okay.
Thank you so much, timer. Now, evaluation session, guys. Dear Toastmasters, it is not something new. The previous speaker, the session on humorous, that some of us might have felt, okay, humorous speech contest. Toastmasters International is cruel. They do not give us any practice in humorous speeches, but they have a contest in humorous speech creation. So, but evaluation is not like that. It is something that we do every meeting. It is something that we cannot escape. Even when they run out of time, the specific evaluators say, I will give you my evaluation offline. And he or she will come on a call when there's no timer to pin. Then that evaluation will last for 20 to 30 minutes, more than an education session. So I don't want to bore you with the rules of the contest or how to evaluate. I'm just going to share how I do evaluation and how it helped me in winning some competitions. Or it helped me be truthful to my heart and help my target speaker. After all, that is the end result, isn't it? The winning the contest or becoming the champion is a side result. The actual result, the end result is to help the target speaker who has the courage of 1,000 lions to deliver a speech in front of 40 to 100 people and 10 people who are ready to evaluate and criticize him. So let us set the objective of participating in the evaluation contest, not winning it, but giving the most to our target speaker. That will automatically result in your ballots. Let me pose this question to you. If I ask you, which movie's opening do you like? Which movie will you say, and what is that opening? Any movie, any opening.
Alaipaide Madhavan.
Alaipaide Sorry, I haven't watched Alaipaide at all. What is the opening like, ma'am?
Movie.
Which movie?
Rajini's Thalapathy.
Rajini's Thalapathy. What is the opening like? Oh, the mother, the pregnant mother,
Yes.
getting the child in the good strain. Okay. Okay. That's an emotional opening. Any other opening?
Shivaji the Boss.
Shivaji the Boss opening.
Rajini, when inmate asks why he's in jail, Rajini says that he did some good things. And the inmate says, for that you deserve to be in jail.
Lovely, lovely. That is a creative opening. Indeed. My favorite.
That is from Kannattal Muttamittal.
Okay. What is the opening?
Where, we have a song and it's a war zone and how things are separated. A mother, a motherland, a child. Basically, the people of that particular motherland, the motherland considers them as a child. So how the actual child and the child of motherland is getting separated. They have a panoramic and eagle flying shot. So those were very
Great. Now, a movie's opening gets you hooked for the next 2.5 hours, right? The moment you see Rajinikanth behind bars stating, I did good things, you want to know what good things he did. The moment you see Nanban movies opening, where a character gets off the train, goes to another character, disturbs his daily routine, comes back and talks high about another character whom we have not met till that point, that gives us this curiosity to know more about the character and how the movie progresses. So an opening is important for a movie in the same way. The opening of your evaluation should get the audience behind you. Do not go for logical reasoning. It is very simple. You need the audience to listen to you for 2 to 3 minutes. How do you do that? With a hook line up front, with something to grab their attention. During one of the competitions, I hope he doesn't mind me using his name. My target speaker's name was Toastmaster Ashok Kumar. The topic he spoke about was Don't Be Perfect. So my first line started this way. Greetings, my dear target speaker, Toastmaster Ashok Kumar. It was a shock, Kumar, when they announced your topic as Don't Be Perfect. Then why were you so perfect on the stage as a speaker? Now, this is my opening line. I made a wordplay with his name. Ashok Kumar as Ashok Kumar. The moment I said, audience erupted into laughter. And they started clapping, the cheers were on, and I was off. So that opening gave me a little bit of push. It got all the audience behind my evaluation. You need a creative opening. To accomplish that, you can try different techniques. You can go with the speaker's name, the topic, or the core theme of the speech. In one of the contests, Distinguished Toastmaster Vijay Lakshmi, she opened stating, my dear target speaker, you asked for a stage to speak. That was the target speaker's speech about. You wanted a stage to speak. It was the district stage and it was so big. Distinguished Toastmaster Vijay Lakshmi continued to say, you asked for a stage to speak. They have given you a playground to play because it was a huge stage. The moment she said that, the audience were behind her. So you need to have a creative opening. It doesn't have to be humorous all the time. It can be something from the speech. It can be something from the topic, from the way the speaker spoke, or the core values of the speech. You can use these to create a strong opening to get the audience behind. Second is the overall strategy that I used to employ, and that is being specific. Being specific. Now, being specific might be two simple words, but I think that is the heart of any evaluation. Many times, we go and evaluate, but we miss to hit the bullseye. We miss to hit the bullseye. Let me take a reference from Mahabharata. Dronacharya asked all his pupils, students, to shoot at something in a far distance. Many were able to see the tree. Many were able to see the branches of the tree. Few were able to see the parrot sitting on the tree. Only Arjuna was able to see the eye of the parrot. Now that is being specific. You need to hit the eye of the parrot rather than aiming for the tree or the branch or the parrot itself. You have to aim for the eye of the parrot. Being specific will help. Let me give you some examples with step 3, positives. Now that's where you can go and be specific. Right. Let us take one common parameter that we all evaluate. Shall we take body language? How can you be specific with quoting someone's body language as their positive? Saying your body language was amazing. The way you used your hands and moved on the stage got me attention is not enough. That is being generic. You are very general. You are aiming at the tree, but you are not hitting the bullseye. How can you go specific with your positive?
We choose one body language that the speaker has done, demonstrate that and highlight it. Would that help?
Great, that would definitely help. Let's go back to the beginning of my session. I asked you a question. What is the opening that you liked? And many went on to describe scenes. Did you notice? The scene where Rajini was put behind bars, a man asking, what did you do to get this treatment? And he said, I did good things. And he says, oh, you must be here. You deserve it. Now that is a clear explanation of the opening. You didn't complete saying, I liked the opening of Shivaji where Rajini was put behind bars. No. You described the scene. But to me, I would state that a second. Before you do that, you need to present it well. The difference between a restaurant on the roadside where they serve idli, the cost of the idli is 5 rupees or 10 rupees max. You go to a 5-star hotel, you get the same plate of idli. It is 150 rupees per plate. What is different? Presentation is different. The roadside restaurant or the roadside shop served you idli on a plate which looked like it was used during Pandava's period, and a leaf which was torn in multiple directions. You wonder, with whom did he fight to get this piece of leaf? But at a 5-star restaurant, a guy dressed in so neat uniform, they give you something for the table. They cover the table. They give something for the plate and something on the plate to cover. A lot of things, meticulous presentation. So you need to present it. You cannot be generic, but you need to present it in a creative way. And it is all prepared, my dear friends. If you think evaluation is on the spot, we get to know what the speaker speaks, then we evaluate. No, that is not how evaluation works. Actually, most of the evaluation happens before the target speaker even goes to the stage. All you need is get those prepared chunks and get them ready. You find the speaker using good body language, you should use the chunk you have prepared. See, I had a line to quote that the speaker's choice of words were great. So I had this line very prepared, and the line went this way. Sir, your words worth more than the words of Wordsworth. Sounds like a tongue twister. Your words worth more than the words of Wordsworth. So I used that indicator to present it in a creative fashion. When I talked about a speaker who moved a lot on the stage, I went with this line. My dear target speaker, did you think you were competing with Michael Jackson? Wow, what were those moves? You got some moves, man. Now, that is a line I used to indicate the stage presentation, and his movement on the stage was good. He did not stop. So you can go with some creative lines to present your positives, and this does not need the target speaker at all. That's the best part. That's the best part. If you find the speaker being very humorous, you could say, humor was an armor today.
सभी जगह में हो, काम में हो, मंदिर में.
Hello, ma'am. We could hear your Hindi clearly. Could you please mute your end? Thank you. Right. You have to go with a creative presentation of your quotation of positives. What positive, whatever you want to quote, you have to present it in a creative fashion. Then you talk about references from the speech where it helped him. Now, the third most important point about building your positives is, why was that a positive? Many of us do not share it at times. Why is that a positive? What did that positive accomplish? Say you find, okay, today we had an educational speaker who gave a lot of emphasis with examples. So I share that her examples were her positives. You brought lively examples to explain your concepts. It was very helpful. I was able to relate as you took us through the step-by-step process with the help of your examples. Now you explain why that was a positive. You do not just stop saying your examples were your strengths. You also state why that was a strength and quote those examples afterward. So I use these three steps. 1, creative presentation of the positive. 2, state why that is a positive. 3, examples and references from the speech to substantiate your point that it was the positive of the speaker. It is easy. You have to just think about all the criteria you need to evaluate body language, hand gestures, facial expressions, eye contact, stage movement. If you write it down, you will not get more than 15. If you can come up with one-liners for all these 15 concepts, 15 criteria, you will have a good variety of prepared positives ready to go. Now, how many positives do you think one can share in the span of 2 to 3 minutes?
2 to 3.
2 to 3? 3? Good. A minimum of 3 will do. Any less will hinder you to concentrate more on recommendations. Then your recommendations will feel a lot than positives. So 3 should be a good number, 3 to 5. If you think you are a fast speaker, if you think you do not have much to address about one positive, but you have some more positives to share, you can go till 5, but not more than 5. Then it would be too much. The judges won't remember, the audience won't remember, the target speaker won't remember. 3 to 4 would be solid. If you think you have time for one more, you can fit in one more, 5. 3 to 5 is the max. And after completing positives, we have this transition period. How do we move from one to the next? Like Toastmaster Adira, who gave appreciations to the previous educational speaker and introduced me and gave the transition. We need some transition lines. Transition techniques are very much out there. You can go with any transition that you like. You can, maybe I'll share all the techniques at the end. So there should be smooth transition from positives to recommendations. Do not jump stating, now let's move to the recommendations. That is a very normal way of doing it. You need to show your uniqueness. Again, creative presentation in transition too. You can state that your speech was like a river and you can talk all positives comparing it with river. Then you say there were some pebbles blocking your paths. And let us eradicate them. That would be simple. There are many techniques. Let us discuss them if we have time at the end. So a smooth transition from positives to recommendation. Now we reach recommendations. That's where the heart is. Come on, my dear friends. Recommendations. Of course, all the criteria you write positives for can become recommendations if the speaker do not have them. Now, once again, how are we going to approach recommendations? Say you state a problem. Do you know who is a very bad evaluator when it comes to recommendations in general life? Math teachers are. They always give you problems, never give you solutions. They tell you, go and find your own solution. At the end, I want LHS is equal to RHS. But we never know what LHS is, what RHS is. So a good evaluator not only points out the recommendations, points out the areas of improvement, but also tells the poor target speaker how to get those areas rectified.
Toastmaster Karkuvel, it's 20
Yes.
minutes.
Thank you. You need to give solutions for those recommendations. Say you state your body language could be better. Again, go with creative presentations. My dear friend, I think you still remember, you think there is an imaginary podium in front of you. Sorry, there is a huge stage to use. You were standing on one place. Again, tell him why that is a recommendation. If you could have moved left to right, the audience could have connected with you better. You had scope. Now, when you talk about scope, you point out the areas where he could have used the stage movement. You moved from Chennai to Bangalore. You could have moved at that time. You ran to the hospital. Why don't you take a jog on the stage to show that you ran? You could have used these places to use the stage better. So you point out a recommendation in a creative way. Then you state why that is a recommendation, why that could be improved, and how it could be improved. The last is solution. Give solutions to those problems. Do not be a stingy maths teacher, guys. We need to give solutions. So after giving solutions, move to the second recommendation. How many recommendations do you think we can muster in 2 to 3 minutes?
2.
2 should be solid if you have 3 positives. Do not have equal number of positives and recommendations. If it is 60% to the positives, it would be great. 4 positives, 2 recommendations, that is highly recommended. 5 positives, it itself is too much. Do not go for 3 recommendations. It will definitely get you time disqualified, and timers are brutal, like how they stop and let you know. So you have to be precise. 3 to 4 positives and 2 recommendations is recommended. Now 2 recommendations with solutions are given. Finally, conclusion, summary. There is a separate column for summary in the ballot sheet. And notice many times contestants would not say to summarize or to conclude, here is my summary. They miss out. You need to summarize at the end after recommendations. And the summary should definitely have.
Toastmaster Karkuvel, it's 22 minutes.
Thank you, timer. The summary should definitely have all the points and positives and recommendations in the gist form. Do not take your time once again explaining why that is a positive, how he can improve the solution. You will not have time for that. You have to make it short. Again, a creative presentation is needed over there. But do not add new positives. Sometimes our brain would give the best positive or the best recommendation only when we are in the climax. Do not go with any positive or recommendation which is not pre-used by you, pre-mentioned by you. Say you have stated body language, voice modulation, and stage presentation as your positives. Do not say your ability to crack jokes in the summary. You have to only summarize with the points you have given over there. Now, to conclude, have a catchy opening, make use of the theme of the speaker, any content from the speech of the speaker's name, the topic to create an opening to get the audience behind you. 2, be specific. Quote references from the speech. Be specific with your positives and recommendations. 3, when it comes to positives, go for 3 to 5 positives and construct your positives in a way you have a creative way of presenting or introducing the positive to the audience. 2, state why that is a positive. 3, give references from the speech so that your positives have substantial evidence. Yes, sir. Then move to transition from positives to recommendations. Recommendations, you can have 2 or 3 depending on the number. Do not go for more than that. Then the target speaker will never come to the Toastmasters Club again. The club growth director will have a one-on-one meeting with you. So stick to 2 recommendations max. And when you present recommendations, go for creative presentation of recommendation. State why that is a recommendation and how that recommendation can be rectified. Do not forget to summarize. Use only the points that you have used in summary. Now, when it comes to techniques, let me take a minute. You can use sandwiching technique. You can use comparison as a technique. So you can talk about the entire speech, entire evaluation using a comparative metaphor or a figurative language, stating you are like a beautiful flower. Your body language was the nectar. Your stage presentation was the sweet fragrance. Your facial expressions were the color to the flower. Now, recommendations, you wilted fast because you spent too much energy in the beginning. You could reserve your energy till the end of your speech. Maintain the energy level. You can 25 minutes are up. Thank you so much, friend. So that can be a tool, and another is going for the acronyms. But I would say, whatever you do, be honest to yourself as an evaluator. Speak from the heart. Keep your objective or place your objective as I have to help the target speaker as much as possible today. You will be all fine and the ballot will fill itself. Thank you so much for listening to me so patiently. I wanted to be more interactive but couldn't manage it with time. And I'm glad I have taken 6 minutes.
Hi, Karkuvel.
Yes, sir.
One question from me.
Yes.
This is the first time I'm competing for humorous speech contest. I understand that first 1 minute is crucial to connect with the audience. So I wanted to know how my body language and the tone should be on the stage.
Okay, sir. Actually, you need to make a 1 minute effective. I would say that is a myth because personally it did not work for me. When I won the district level humorous speech contest, nobody laughed for my jokes for the first 45 seconds. There was absolute silence, like I was talking in a marchery.
Okay.
So
Okay.
you can watch my video too on YouTube. It did not have even a single smile on anybody's face. It was so pathetic. After that, I built my humor. So I increased the level of the laughter. It could work. It is a myth. You don't have to stick to it. If at all you want to have a crazy opening, yes, go for that as well. If you believe my second 6 minutes have all the content I require, you don't have to think or worry about having a strong opening. If you are thinking about having a strong opening so that the audience can enjoy your speech even more, absolutely fine. You don't need to worry about your tone or body language for that. Try to have some one-liners that can get the audience just that is all you can do in the first 30 seconds to 45 seconds. That much is enough actually. You cannot crack the mouth open. That happens only after you hit them with many continuous jokes. So have some lines that can get the audience just have a moment with you.
Okay.
Thank you for that question.
Thank you so much, Karkuvel.
May I take any more questions?
Yeah, I have question, Karkuvel sir. So one is, what is your suggestion? Should we also summarize a quick snapshot of what the speaker has spoken quickly before even I get into the commendations and recommendations? What is your thought, sir?
That is not required because all the audience have listened to the target speaker as you, as an evaluator. So they very well know what you are going to explain, and the speaker knows it is his or her speech. You don't have to waste time in giving a summary of what he has talked about. That would be a waste of time, in my opinion. You could rather concentrate more on evaluating the speech, giving additional points.
Sure.
And I missed to indicate one more point, whether it is a positive or a recommendation, go for unique points.
Okay. So one other question. Thank you for that answer. The second question is that whenever I get into the recommendation, I usually add the word "in my opinion," "I felt," "I wanted to be so nice to the speaker," and adding those things. Is it really required?
No, I don't think that is norms of the competition. You can take general terms, like you can address all the audience with you, stating we, or you can directly address the speaker. You don't have to be very formal with the speaker. At the same time, let us ensure that you don't insult or hurt his feelings with such words like dude. You can avoid such terms, but you don't need to be very formal with the target speaker.
Thank you. Last final question. Sorry. The summary, right? Last, when we are summarizing it, should we be going very fast, like mutual funds disclaimer read kind of stuff? I see people are doing that. Should we be following that?
No, ma'am. Actually, it
Okay.
has to be enunciated. Every point you say should be very clear, especially when you summarize. Because everything you said till then, you are beautifying your points. When you come to summary, you are giving it one more push to the target speaker. So you have to be slow there so that he gets all the points.
Okay. Thank you so much for patiently answering all three questions. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much for all those beautiful questions. Any more questions?
Any don'ts, absolute don'ts?
Absolute don'ts on evaluation. I would say do not give, like I mentioned, your evaluation positives should be more than your recommendations. It should not be even equal because recommendations come after evaluation positives. So the audience would feel like you are giving a lot of recommendations rather than looking at the positives. The target speaker will also feel the same. So you have to maintain that ratio. That is one. Second, you cannot state your opinion as everybody's opinion unless and until it was unanimously accepted. Something might be emotional with you, but it might not be emotional for others. So at that time, you cannot say all of us were shedding tears. So you can avoid such personal remark. When you're going for personal, go for yourself there. Do not bring the audience also into it. There is no other, do not miss out on summary. That is very critical. Do not miss out on summary. That is all, I think. Look at the ballot sheet before you go for the competition. When you start getting ready for the contest, when you start your one-liners preparation, you can look at the ballot sheet. It will help you a lot. Thank you, sir. Thank you for that question. I hope I answered it.
Yeah, thank you.
If there are no questions, let me conclude my presentation stating my salutations and thanks to Toastmaster Jagan for giving me this opportunity to meet all you lovely people on a Sunday evening. Hope you all had your dinner. I wish you all the very best for the contest. Whether you think you can win or not, take part in the contest. Contests give immense learning, which are very rare to find in regular meetings. And also, if you are preparing for the evaluation contest, consider all your evaluations from now on as a contest evaluation. In fact, I would say when you deliver your evaluation in your regular meetings, consider all of them as your contest evaluation all the time. It will be very helpful for you and you will see how much you learn and grow as a speaker. Thank you once again, Toastmaster Jagan, and I'm very happy that I was able to meet all of you from Division H. Back to you, Toastmaster Adira.
Thank you, Toastmaster Karkuvel, for that golden nuggets of evaluation. That was nothing short of a masterclass. Thank you so much. Now it's my